Hello, and welcome to another edition of All or Not According to Jack with your host, Jack Toledano. And as you can see, above my head is the metal, metal word spelled out, metal. Uh, so we're going to talk about the year 1998. I could not wait to get to 1998 because at least I think, it is a freaking phenomenal year. Some great albums in 1998. And we're not going to talk about three, we're going to talk about four. So let's get started. So, and I actually went a little out of order from my notes. So let's see what pops up first. Primal Fear. Primal Fear, band from Germany, uh, lead singer Ralph Scheepers. They have a very Judas Priest type sound, but in time they would kind of forge their own sound. And you know what? I don't mind if they sound a little like Priest because you know what? Let's face it, Priest and all the other bands that I really like, they don't put albums out every year. So why not have bands like Primal Fear to fill the gaps? And fill the gaps they do. So let's talk about Primal Fear. And this is their self-titled debut. So it starts out with with a synthesizer. Basically, the introduction is called Primal Fear. It's only about 30 seconds. Goes right into the song called Chain Breaker. A good introduction to the band. Uh, again, so I rate these stars on these songs by a number of stars. Generally, I give them 2, 3, or 4. Chain Breaker, I gave it a 4. Silver and Gold, another 4. Uh, Promised Land, uh, you know what? Another 4. You really have to hear these songs. I mean, I wish I could play them, snippets of these songs, but for copyright reasons, I can't do that. But at least I gave you the album cover. You're going to see that metallic eagle on most of their covers, in the coming years from 1998 forward. Uh, First song, it's a little off Formula One. It's more of a racing theme. 2 stars. Dollars, another great freaking song. 4 stars. 9 Lives, 2. Tears of Rage, I gave that 4. That's their first semi uh, metal ballad. More synthesizer, but good song nonetheless. Shows a little promise that they're going off in a slightly different direction than Priest. They do a cover of Speed King, a Deep Purple song off the album In Rock. Pretty good. We didn't need it, but pretty good. 3 stars there. Two more songs that I love. Battalions of Hate. Battalions of Hate. Love that song. 4 stars there. Running in the Dust, 4 stars. Thunderdome, 3 stars. So overall, a monumental, kick-ass first album by Primal Fear. Check it out if you haven't. And like I said, some people have an issue with them sounding a little too much like Priest. I don't. I like them. At least these songs, other than Speed King, they wrote their own songs. So listen and enjoy. So let's go to the second one. We're going to go in reverse order of the way these appear this time. So this one, Symphony X, they are back for another great album. This album is called Twilight and Olympus. An interesting thing about, I love the cover, but This song is considerably shorter than their last one, Divine Wings of Tragedy. There are 8 songs, one of them a 13-minute song, but you don't have the 20-minute epic. And they did, while they were writing the album and recording the album, they had what they thought was a title track to this album, but they ended up scrapping it. They ended up taking fragments of the song Twilight and Olympus and distributing it to their next album, Symphony X V or 5, the Mythology Suites. So few of those, snippets of that song will end up in various different songs and on that next album. Primarily the song Rediscovery, which, we'll talk about in time. But let's talk about Twilight and Olympus and why I love it so much. So this is relatively short for a Symphony X album, but let me tell you, the songs kick ass. There is not a 2-star song on this album. Everything is 3 or above. So they start right out with a song called Smoke and Mirrors, a song that has, they brought to the stage, played many times. That's a 4-star song. Church of the Machine, that there's a little more atmospheric, a little more synthesizer. You almost feel like you're taking off to Mars in the beginning. That got 4 stars. Sonata, 3 stars. Basically what that is, that's kind of a classical little song that marries Church of the Machine to the next song, In the Dragon's Den. That's a short number, 4 stars. So they have big song, epic song on this album. A song that what they did was, it's written about the sequel to Alice in Wonderland called Through the Looking Glass, 13 minutes. This was a song that I rated as my number 1 Symphony X song when I did top 10 songs of Symphony X with Pete Pardo. That got 4 stars. Very atmospheric, acoustic interludes, and what can I say? Keyboards, doesn't get any better than that. The Relic, 3 stars. Oh wow, I'm mixing up songs and stars a lot lately, aren't I? Orion the Hunter, 3 stars. And then song number 8, the finale of Twilight and Olympus, a song called Lady of the Snow. Very atmospheric. Has something of an Asian theme to it. Basically written about the Lady of the Snow in Japanese folklore. That got 4 stars. That's a little bit more of a ballad, not as much as the closer of their last album, Candlelight Fantasia, but great nonetheless. I think this album clocks in 45, 50 minutes, but so freaking good. Check it out if you haven't. So that's Symphony X, Twilight, and Olympus. Okay, my next offering of 1998. And I apologize for the fact that I'm losing my voice. Okay, so you have to forgive me. My voice is a little rough. What I tend to do is I tend to do these recordings late at night, and reason being is the house is nice and quiet. Everybody's gone to bed, and I can focus. I don't have anybody listening outside the freaking door laughing at what I'm doing here. So I can do it in complete peace. So in any event, let's get to our 3rd album. Iced freaking earth. Something wicked this way comes. So I had talked about that site that I learned about a lot of these bands and a lot of these albums from, I would say, Iced Earth. They were the first. That site being, Metal Reviews. You know, and like I said, this was the first album that I took a chance on at the time. Uh, Let me tell you, I liked them immediately. First spin of the first song, Burning Times, I'm like, wow, this is good shit, man. 4 stars for that. Melancholy, Holy Martyr, 3 stars. That's a song where they actually sing about Jesus Christ and the sacrifices he made. Disciples of the Lie, the third song, 3 stars. I know I recommended this to Mr. Pardo, and on first listen, he's like, oh my, he didn't know what to make of Disciples of the Lie. It's very thrashy, but good. I gave that 3 stars. Song number 4, Watching Over Me. That's a little more of a serious song and less heavy. That's basically about John Schaefer writing about a friend of his that he lost in a motorcycle accident, very sadly. How he's watching over us and, smiling on us and, keeping up the metal faith. Stand Alone, 2 stars. Consequences, 3 stars. My Own Savior, one of my favorite songs on this album. I gave it 4. 3 Minutes of Fury. My Own Savior. How he introduces it in live in Athens. Reaping Stone, more plotting metal song. I love it though. 4 stars for that. 1776, the instrumental. 3 stars on that. Blessed Are You, 2 stars. I mean, basically, it's a homage to all the fans, but it's okay. I don't need homages to fans all the time. Which brings us to their most ambitious work to date, a 3-song trilogy about the character of the on the album Set Abomine, some kind of prehistoric creature. So there's 3 songs: Prophecy, uh, Birth of the Wicked, and then of course The Coming Curse, which has about a 1-minute piano intro, a little non-reminiscent of Iced Earth, but great nonetheless. Goes into being very heavy again. All 3 parts of that got 4 stars for me. So, Iced Earth, Something Wicked This Way Comes. I didn't have Dark Saga, the last album, in my top 3 metal, but I do have this one. So, there you have it. Number 4. And what do we have for number 4? Hammerfall, Legacy of Kings, their second offering. Oh man, this is another band that I fell in love with on first spin right away. Heeding the Call, 4 stars. Legacy of Kings, the title track. Legacy of Kings. 4 stars. I love it. And then the third song, another great song. Let the Hammer Fall. Let the hammer fall. 4 stars there. Dreamland, 3 stars. Remember Yesterday. That's a ballad. I'm not always big on ballads or power ballads, but for me, this is a power ballad at its finest. I love it. Very more melodic, great singing by, I'm sorry, let me back up. I'm going too fast here. Very melodic guitar riff in the beginning there, leading into great vocals by singer Joaquin Cans. Awesome. Remember Yesterday, 4 stars. At the End of the Rainbow, a little more plotting. Do 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 do. As long as I remember, we marched across this land. Oh, oh, oh. Fucking song. Love at the end of the rainbow. 4 stars there. Back to back, 4 stars. Pretty Maid. It's a cover by a band called Pretty Maids. Stronger Than All, 4 stars. Warriors of Faith, 3 stars. The Fallen One, 2 stars. So that's the end of the actual recorded album. So then, and I don't normally talk about bonus tracks, but the album that I bought, I know that for each country they have different bonus tracks. But at the time, the 2 bonus tracks that I had was a song called Eternal Dark by a band called Picture. I guess they're a Dutch band that I had never heard of. I read about them, but I guess Hammerfall knew. Well, back up again. I I don't think they have any real, listening in the US or any notoriety in the US, but they were popular in parts of Europe. Hammerfall heard them and liked them, so they covered the song Eternal Dark. I love the version that they did. So then song number 12, which is a song that they plucked off their first album, and they put the live version, 7 minutes of Stone Cold, a song that I absolutely, absolutely love. 4 stars for both Eternal Dark and for Stone Cold. Amazing, amazing shit, people. And these bonus tracks really help sell me on Hammerfall. I mean, they would have maybe a few duds in the future, but this is them at their pinnacle. Well, no, this and another album, which I'll talk about in a few years. But you know what? 1998, an extremely special year. This is me saying, yes, metal is back with a vengeance. So we have Primal Fear, their self-titled debut, Symphony X, Twilight and Olympus, duh. Iced Earth, Something Wicked This Way Comes, Hammerfall, Legacy of Kings. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed recording it. As always, thank you everybody for playing this game with me. I am especially curious what your picks are for 1998. Please let me know. Jack Toledano, signing off for All or None, according to Jack. Giving you the sign that Mr. Dio does. Love you all. Speak to you soon. Have a good one.